visit some brother out on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? Well, I told you that I would be reading on Smokey. Oh, Smokey Robinson. I just can't. It's too much. I mean, he's a legend, and it's just sad to see these brothers going down in flames like this. My God. Oh, what the helly, baby? What the helly is going on? It's too much. What you think, baby?
Yeah, it's too much, but honestly, at this point, why am I even getting surprised? It's just,
well, I am for this 85-year-old man.
Yeah, for real. Honestly, they're coming out now of all times. We want him to spend the rest of his life in prison?
I don't even know. I don't even know if that old man should go to prison. I don't know. I don't know. Is he married? I don't know. I didn't do no background. Because like I said, I was just going to do a quick read. And one of the things that I just want to know, and that is, did he really assault these women?
Yes, please. I have to know.
I in my heart, I believe he did. I think his wife is a part of that, or ex-wife is a part of those four women. It's horrible. It's sad. Just all you got sometime is shaking your head.
That's true. This is exactly how
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm so disappointed. And I saw him in concert. He does a lovely concert, but I don't know. You know how you just stunned? It's like, why he get jealous? He got jealous of the Diddy. It's like
exactly what happened.
It's like all of these things are coming out now, and it's like it's too much.
Diddy literally opened up the floodgates for everyone.
It's too much. It's too much. So this is just me seeing, is this man innocent or guilty? And I'm gonna tell you what the cards say. Cards, you're always there for me. Here we go. This is good enough.
You guys don't get to see the bottom.
Huh?
The way you turned it around so they couldn't see it. Oh.
I'm going to shuffle because I seen that I had to shuffle again. That way. I don't know where it's at.
They say if it was meant to be, it was
meant to be. I just do this until it comes, because this is just me right now, just seeing.
Feeling the cards.
There we go. All right, let's see. Did Smokey do this? Like I said, he come with a pass, I think I talked about him on a news recap.
Yes, you did.
So basically, let's see. Well, here we see an 8. We see somebody who worked hard at his craft, who was very good at his craft, very good at it. Worked very good, very hard at it, very much of an achiever, somebody who was very good. So this story starts off with this man as a worker, as building his craft. Mm-hmm. That's how it starts off. Somebody who's diligent, you see, somebody who's on the move, on the go. Mm-hmm. So this is how we see it. And maybe, let's see. That's what it starts off with. Oh, okay, it starts off with pentacles again. And you see the pentacles. So you see somebody that is like, that very works at it, who studies what he does, who's good at what he does, and somebody who grew up. This is all he known as a kid and grew up in this. Right now, let's see. So it's giving me that background. So right now in the present, it's showing me someone who's reminiscing, who's looking at the work that they've done, who lived in their past. Also, I see a child, and I'm wondering, because of these 2 cards, could it be some form of dementia? Because of, this is somebody who's living in their past, like moving forward, but stayed stuck in their past because he's not a little boy. So here we see this young kid studying. Maybe he's living in the day. Maybe he thinks he still have it. I don't know. but it's something considered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here we see women. So I see a Queen of Wands. I see a Queen of Wands. And so when I see this Queen of Wands, it lets me know that there is someone, or these women could have been somebody who was guiding him, looking out for him, taking care of him outside of keeping his house. I don't know. Or it could be his wife. I don't even know if he's married. But I definitely see women of authority, women that swept and clean, because that's what, when I looked at that thing right there, it came off like a broom. So it just it's not a broom, it's a staff, but it came off like a broom. Let me know that it's just women that representing the women that was probably middle age, or I don't know how young they were, but I don't get the feeling of an older woman. I'm getting somewhere between, could have been 30, 40s, or I don't know if it was in the 20s, but you can look it up real fast. But I'm just getting a feeling that they were in their 30s or 40s, and they could have been in their late 20s. I'm not sure. That's what I'm getting. While Baby Crone do this, I see something over here. I see here. I think this is also, when I look at it, it just seemed like he made commitments with these women. And it seemed like he broke commitments that he made. And I think that he was probably could be threatening them or whatever. I don't know what made them do what they do. Like I said, I haven't gotten in it because I wanted to read this all raw. I didn't want to know anything. This is something I'm just coming with no information, very little, very, very scarce information. And so what I pick out this card is that whatever contract or whatever they agreed to, things got out of whack. They're gone out of whack. What's below him is, again, so this has seemed like a lot of things was a hush hush money thing. Dude, this is what I'm getting. I'll pay you this, I'll pay you that. And I'm getting the feeling that he reneged on what he said, that he wasn't paying them. That's what I'm getting out of this, that he lied. Because I see pentacles, pentacles, pentacles. I see 3 pentacles. I see cups, and I see wands. Let's see. Another pentacle. Go ahead.
Still trying to find out their ages. However, they were housekeepers.
Okay. See, this is about wages. This is what I'm getting. It's too many pentacles to say this is not about a money deal. And maybe they got together, and this is a money deal. And it just seemed like he may have made an agreement or promised them something. Everything I say is allegedly, but I'm just reading cards. It seemed like whatever he said, it was allegedly. You know what I mean? Like I'll pay you this, come do this for that, like sexual favors. And obviously he wasn't paying up to the deal. I'm not saying this is what it was, but this is what the cards are looking like for me. What do you think, Baby Crone?
Yeah, most definitely. You can't beat it with all these pentacles.
Here we see the Chariot. And when I think of the Chariot, I think of something that he has been doing for a long time. Like his past is coming up to overtake him, right? I definitely see that's a water card too. So it's a lot of deep, dark secrets going on that that is amongst the secrets. Things that was going on that are secretive, that like I said, maybe he said he was going to do it, but when it came time to do it, he didn't do it. And I think that over the course of time, they got mad and they turned against them, because I definitely see this as a water card. I see deception. I see somebody leaving a lot of things behind. And I think that he threatened them or whatever. But the main thing that I get is, I don't know, when I laid that card, the main thing that I get out of it is negotiations was not kept.
Justice shall be served. Wow, that was a lot of S's.
You want to read it?
Especially for it to be in the.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Baby Crone.
Yeah.
Ooh, child, I forgot to bring my fan.
Yes, for the Justice card to be showing up in the future, particularly in the top row.
Where the head, the mind.
Yep, the crowning, the energy that's probably going to literally rain down on the situation. It's going to be justice. The women themselves, because the card is literally above the women's card. Those 4 housekeepers that are apparently suing him for $50 million.
50 million. Well, they always go high.
Of course, they
But
go
but
high.
at the end of the day, I feel as though there were some negotiations, and I felt as though he reneged, and I think that he got beside himself, and I also believe that he's just started taking what he wanted. My question is this: he's an old man. How strong can he possibly be? I'm not putting nothing past him. Look, he could lift weights. I'm just saying, I don't know. It just seems something a blur about this whole thing. What do you think?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yes, but at the end, I see a King of Swords. I think that I don't know. This is give me a moment. Because the King of Swords stands up. So you have a King of Swords here on one corner, and then you have two strong cards. You have the Ace of Pentacles and you have the King of Swords on the corners. Then on the other one, you have two major counter cards. You have Justice and you have the Chariot. Right. Mm-hmm. And then here in the middle of the cards, you have a young lad or a young man, and like a kid, and then you have a woman, and then you see in the middle of the thing is someone who have years of experience of working and accumulated. Then up above, you see negotiations of making up or coming to some agreement. And here you see feeding them, taking care of them, giving them. So for me and everything, when I look at this, it just seems like something went wrong in negotiations. That's what I'm feeling.
Okay.
Like, do this, do that. And I think maybe he could have got a little cocky, whatever. But we know that whatever it is, justice will be served. 50 million, I don't know. I just feel as though that I don't know. This I'm stumped. This is a man that's wealthy, that looks good, got it all together, and feel like, he could have been doing this for a long, many years. To what degree was done, I don't know. But I am going to stick with what I said. I feel as though that there was some negotiations going on and that they were broken, and he could be really not frivolous, but kind of like frugal with his money. Somebody who said, I'm going to do this, say I'm going to do that, but don't. And I feel as though maybe these women maybe felt taken advantage of. And maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But what I am picking up from this, everything I say is allegedly, judge for yourself. I truly believe that he made promises and didn't keep them. And I think that that's offensive. If we make a promise and I don't want to do it, but I'm doing it because you said, and then at the end of the day, nobody likes to be swindled. Oh, that's not the word.
Scammed.
Nobody likes to be scammed. And it just seems like there was a scamming going on. That's the word. There was a scamming going on. That's what I'm picking up, that he scammed these women and he took advantage of their youth. And I'm really picking this up. Hold on, let me think. I think how he do it psychologically and promising them, because it's just too many pentacles for me to ignore. And then justice show up saying that he was not, and that's in his head, because he knows that coming from his past, coming to his now, to his future, knowing that he didn't honor what he said. A lot of this is done because he didn't honor his word, and he could have taken advantage of them. Did he take them? I don't know. I'm not going to put nothing past anyone, but I am saying I really pick out that what do you think, baby Crone?
Yeah.
That I think he was scamming these women.
Yeah, especially
I feel that, right.
Especially with all the pentacles that we see, it definitely seems like there was something that could have been an exchange or lack of an exchange.
An exchange, but you didn't honor. Because if you put up justice right there, and if you put up the king, they both have their swords up in the air in the same hand. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Something wasn't met. Justice is up for fairness, but that king could be a little shady. Mm-hmm. good in its own way, but instead of his sale being straight up as honest, it's tilted to the side. And I think that he wasn't honest, and I think he took advantage of them in some kind of way when it came down to monetary things. I think they got together and they plotted and say, hey, we're going to go for it, because if there was a season to do stuff like this, is now. However, for all these women or men who's out there suing for these lumps of money, I think it's ridiculous.
It is.
I could see it if you're going for like $1 million or $2 million, but 50, I just think it's okay. None of them got black eyes and all, I mean, honestly,
For real.
honestly, I just think it's just ridiculous. And I feel as though, and I'm not saying that this has nothing to do with this couple, these people. I'm just saying, I think the greed in this country with these astronomical prices to sue is outlandish. It's just, what do you think?
Yes, most definitely.
50 million?
50, seriously.
50 million? Come on.
How
You
about
didn't.
10 million.
That's a lot of money.
Okay.
That's a lot of money. I mean, I could see, I don't know what is and what isn't, but a lot of these women didn't call the police. I don't know the story. You know, nobody went to the hospital. It's just a lot of this. And so I could see it. I mean, even if you have an insurance claim, you get paid. But like if you broke a leg, you get paid for a broken leg. And that ain't no $1 million. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
Now, if you lost a life, yes. Or you lost an eye, yes, you lost the arm, but you broke your ankle, you broke a finger. These things are not as expensive, even if you're suing big companies.
Yeah.
You would have to lose something huge to get huge payout. And so when you got these women and men coming for these sexual things, and they haven't told the cops, they haven't reported, they get together, they weren't hurt, and then they asking for this money. I'm not saying anyone should be sued. This is not even about this case. It's about all of them. These fees are ridiculous. That's all I'm saying.
They are.
I mean, it's just too much. It's like, come on. It doesn't even seem
logical.
It just seems like it's the lawyers that want a lot of this money, because after you get paid, the lawyer gonna get his cut.
It's true.
So that's just my opinion.
The bigger the payout.
Yeah. So if you have anything to say about it, let me know. But I truly believe that this was somebody who made deals with these women and didn't honor them. This is what I'm getting. Could it have gone farther? Yes. But maybe he ain't paid them for it, or maybe they were trying to blackmail him. I don't know, but I do feel strongly that this is some kind of negotiations that he did not come through with. And I think he worked them and played them. That's what I think. And I think that, I don't know if it's true, but I understand that they were foreign women. They were from another culture. Were they Hispanics? That's what I heard. I don't know if they were, but if they were, then he have a type, you know. But I just feel as though it's a shame that this elderly gentleman, this old head, is out there doing stuff like that. Will I say he didn't do it? No, I put nothing past no one. No one. No one is above the law in my eyes. We are all able to be slippery and slimy. I would like to think that I'm not. You know, but we all have it in us to not be of good moral character.
Yes, it says they were Hispanic women employed as housekeepers, earning below minimum wage.
I rest my case. I rest my case. I didn't even know that.
Yep, as low wage workers in vulnerable positions, they lacked the resources and options to protect themselves.
I rest my case. I rest my case. Did I not say that?
Yes, you did.
I didn't even read it because I could just see the pentacles. This is all about money, and this is all about
frugal with it.
Huh?
You did call him frugal.
He was frugal. I said it all. Go ahead, hit it, baby.
There you go, Mama Crone.
Thank you. And you know, Baby Crone looked it up. I didn't even know because, like I said,
you knew nothing.
I knew nothing because when I do readings like this, I don't look for, like, I try to get a background so when I'm reading and I present them to you, so when I lay out the cards, but even if I did lay out the cards, I have no control over how the cards come out. I have no control. So I just feel like that, and I felt like he took advantage of them, and I feel as though now that I understand the story, so yeah, I do think he took advantage, but I said that at first, and justice will be served, but 50 million, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it did say, where did that line say? Yes, they're accusing him of essaying allegedly in the lawsuit that he reportedly
Essay
for sexual.
He just didn't respect them, but he got a thing for Hispanic women, but he didn't respect them. I would love to know their ages, but they don't say.
Nope, they're just Jane Doe 1 through 4. And reportedly they had been abused for years. They didn't specify how many.
And see, I got a question when women stick around, like, I don't care where you from. You from that? See, these things, I'm telling you, negotiations went on. He's frugal with his money. He made promises and didn't keep them. And yeah, could it got a little out of whack? Yes, especially when somebody don't respect you. You stay there and you work. I don't want to hear, in fact, I'm Hispanic. As much as ruckus y'all make about being an American, hey, we all deal with that. All of us. Welcome to being a woman in America.
That is true.
Welcome to the real world. The only thing different is you're dealing with a celebrity.
Yeah.
We're just dealing with the average Joe Blow, right? So I'm just saying, do I think he could have done it? Most definitely. It's in his favor. But you all stayed there for years. Sound like another Cassie to me. You stay there for years and you deal with this. And if you in this country illegally, that's all I got. Because I don't want to say no more. You know, I can say this, and maybe this may be out of line, but I can say this. Once upon a time, my ancestors was in this country. They were brought here by ships. And they said that my ancestors was here legally.
Okay.
To work the fields.
That's true.
And God knows what happened to them. They got nothing. As a matter of fact, my people, our people, maybe your people, never even got their restoration for their restitution for what they've been through. Still waiting on that 40 acres and a mule. We don't want the mule. At least I don't.
No.
You can give me what's equivalent to 40 acres in cash.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to say that when you're here illegally, things happen. And you stayed there and you dealt with that. And I hope that when you walk away from all of this, that you learned a lesson that no job is worth it. No job. That's all I'm saying. And I do have a heart for that because I don't want to come off like I'm heartless. But I think that we as women have to be responsible to how we let people treat us. I don't care where I'm from. I'm somebody. And so are you. What do you think, baby Crones?
Yes, most definitely.
I don't care what, I don't care what. And do I think he took advantage? Most definitely. I've said that before I knew the ins and out of it. So yes, he did take advantage, but you stayed. And I will always have a problem with that. Unless it's made explained to me. But if you're going to say, I'm an illegal citizen, I needed to work, I'm sad for you. If you say, I don't speak English good and I don't know. I don't know. There is a part that feel sad because he should be a man of his word.
Yes.
But I do think he's frugal and I think he took advantage. To what extent? You all were vulnerable.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he wouldn't have harmed you if you wasn't. So all I'm saying is, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, you the dummy. That's all I got. And I'm saying many of you stayed there for years. And it's like, how do you prove? What do you say in a court of law?
Yeah, that is true.
That's all I'm saying. I just have issues. But nevertheless, I'm not here to get on the women. That's just being a woman myself. And it's just, what can I say? He's not an upright man. He's not upright. And whatever justice will be, it will be. And I am so sorry that every last one of you women had to deal with the likes of a person that's not honest.
That's true.
That's bad in itself, indeed. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I have to say about it. So I hope you like this reading. I gave you my 2 cents. Maybe it's 2 cents. Well, I gave you my $100% of it.
Okay.
Maybe it's not worth it to you, but that's how I feel. Just a part of how I feel, because really the way it is, you can't really say what you really want to say because people get offended. So you find yourself stuttering along the way because you're trying to spare everyone feelings. So, but I do say that the cards does show that he wasn't an upright man. And I truly believe that justice will be served. Whatever it is, it will come out in the wash. I do believe that. And so with that, if you enjoyed this reading of Smokey Robinson, The Mousetrap,
The Mousetrap.
I don't know what else to call it. A rat trap, And I said mouse because the ladies are like the mouse being caught up in the trap.
Got you.
That's how, and I didn't want to call them rats. I just wanted to call them, I wanted to call them little mice, like gullible in a sense, caught up in that. And that's sad. And I don't like it when any man take advantage of a woman, regardless. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, from the soles of my feet to the very tippy-toppy toes to the top of my head. I mean that because nobody likes to be, what's that word? Scammed. And I feel as though you've been scammed and by a professional scammer. And so with that being said, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Everything I say is allegedly. Yes. As far as everything else, that's going to have to be weighed and tried in court, and let justice rule. That's all I say about that. So please, again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our station, please subscribe. It's much appreciated. And you know what we say to all of our sunflowers out there, and even our visitors, you know what we say? You're welcome. And
sunflowers.